Hello, ladies and gents. Romie Reviews here. Please like, comment, subscribe. This is my review for The Haves and Have-Nots, Season 6, episode, I believe it's 32, even though your DVR would say 31. Whatever. The Chosen. The episode starts off with Candice. So Candice is being met with, I almost called him Prince Charles. No, Cuckoo Charles. Cuckoo Charles is trying to tell her that she's gonna be his woman, she's gonna be his wife, and that she doesn't have much of a choice. I'm thinking, what type of rhetoric are we talking about right now? He's saying, look, we've done everything. We've made sure that you didn't go to jail. We made sure that whoever needed to be framed is being framed. Whoever needed to be paid off to go and take the plea for you is getting taken off. You know, we blocked your phone calls. We've tracked your movements. We know you took the money from the judge. We know that you're involved with this murder. We're involved with that murder. We took care of the Oscar situation. We did a whole lot for you. So here is your opportunity to make good. It's going to make good by being my wife. Essentially, he's gone and he's tried every woman that there is, but he wants her. She wants her, and he's going to have her. She doesn't have any choice in the matter. And I said, even though Candice is Candice and she gets on my nerves, I don't like this whole concept of you don't have a choice. I don't have a choice. How are you telling me that I don't have a choice? The Chosen? The Chosen for what? The Chosen for what? You can take it back. He says, oh, you'll have a great wardrobe. Well, it'll be different from your current look. But what matters is you can't go and continue to do the stuff that you've been doing. Here I am looking at him like, again, who are you? Who are you to tell me what to do? That's what's not going to happen. It will not. It will not. I refuse. It will not. 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 No, it won't. It will not. I don't think so. How dare him? So then he even had to go and say, well, should I be more so the man that'll slap you around? Is that what interests you? And then he said, no, of course, I couldn't, and I wouldn't. I would never. But is that something you're into? Because if it is, you're going to have to get over it because you're going to be with me. I'm looking at him as if, look, like, sir, excuse me. Here's how this goes. You are a lunatic. You are a lunatic. How dare you go and try to convince me to be with you when I already said no? I said no for the umpteenth time. I don't care about this. I'll go and scam, do whatever I need to do. I have options. That's the thing that irked me with Charles, and with his whole concept of do what I say. Do what I say. It's going to happen anyway. We're going to dive into this a little bit more later. Mitch goes and talks to his family. His family says the hit's not off. The hit's not off until Mama Rose says that it's off. He says, okay, I'll talk to Mama Rose a little bit later, but can't you guys do something? No. We already told you the hit will not be off until Mama Rose says it is off. I'm looking at them like now they're starting to get on my nerves because one guy was like, oh, is this dude your sweetheart? It's a little fruity over there. Are you a little sweet on him? It's like, no, don't even joke. It's not even like that. So Benny, he's at the, he's still at the bank with his mother, Hannah. And that's when he gets a call from Mitch. And Mitch says the hit is still on. They want interest on the money that you borrowed from them, just like he told you, Benny. So now Benny decides he can't sign the papers. And Hannah is pissed. She's pissed and she's perplexed. How are you telling me that you're not going to sign the papers? We just went through this. This is because of your sister, right? Hannah doesn't even realize it's not just because of Candice, because none of this makes sense. The money's in their account, but he can't even take the money out without Hannah's sign off. Which I'm thinking, wait a minute. So doesn't he have a debit card? If it's attached to their account, shouldn't he be able to at least draw money from... I don't know. There's just little things that throw me off with this whole situation, but Hannah's disappointed. I'm thinking, Hannah, you're really expecting more from your son right now? You can do all the begging and pleading and Jesus and all of that. It didn't work. Next thing we see is Langdon. And not Langdon. What's his name? I think it is Langdon. I think so. I'm thinking of American Horror Story, but I think the annoying gay guy's name is Langdon. He's there along with his associate, along with her assistant, and they're going in there and they're telling Candice that, oh, girl, you need to lose about 20 pounds. You're looking like an extra dress size. We're going to have to get all this tailored. You're going to have to look the part. You're going to have to sound the part because Candice, first of all, they walk in and I'm thinking, Candice was too calm, but Candice is used to being walked in on. That's the thing. Candice is so used to being walked in on. That's why she didn't budge. She just looked, no, not this mess. Not this mess. The woman saying that you don't have a choice. Candice continuously says no during the entire time of this process. But the woman says, you don't have a choice. You don't have a choice. You're going to have to wear this. This is you're not the person we wanted for him. But he chose you. He chose the bad girl. So this is what you're going to have to do to play your part. Again, I'm thinking, what type of mess is this? Playing a part? I'm not playing. You're playing yourself. That's what you're doing because I'm not doing this. I am not doing this. Why don't you get this? I don't care about what classes you have. I don't care about what wardrobe budget you have. I'm not doing this. So now she's talking to Landon, and Landon said, here's your problem. You went and you scammed. He went and he blocked everything. He went and essentially covered. We're doing this woman, the woman that you don't like. She's the one that's, saving your life out here. She's the one going and cleaning up your image online, making excuses for you because he wants you. He wants you. He gets what he wants. I don't want this for him. I don't even like you, so I don't want this for you. But this is the bed that you laid in. You mess with this guy, and now you have to deal with the consequences, is what I'm telling Candice. No, that's what Candice doesn't get. This is her punishment. Someone who wants to do whatever she wants is now being confined to going on this fake righteous path. Now, Hannah has to go to the house, tells Catherine that, I'm sorry, Benny didn't sign the money because of Candice. She showed up and talked him out of it. So now, Catherine trusts Hannah. But here comes eavesdropping Jim. Eavesdropping Jim comes along. He's pissed. And he's talking to Hannah. And he's calling her a B. And it's like, you're a whore of a daughter. And Hannah said, well, that whore slept with you. Well, she doesn't have any skills. Well, clearly she has one good skill. Because he said, well, I know the apple doesn't fall too far from the tree. I was like, yeah. And that tree is right. I said, Hannah, go back and forth. But Jim kept going at her. He was like, can't trust her. You're scheming. You're scheming with that low down daughter of yours. And it was like, your son. So your son didn't sign? Well, guess what? I'll do whatever I need to do to make sure that he signs. Don't you threaten Benny. That's Hannah's entire thing. You can talk trash about my daughter all you want because she stole from you, because you went and slept with her, because you went and dealt with the scammer, because you were doing wrong. She might be a prostitute, but you paid. But my son, he has nothing to do with this. And I will talk to him. Well, if you talked to him before and you couldn't get it done, then clearly you're not the right person. I'm thinking, Jim, just like you're protective over Wyatt, she's protective of her child. But Catherine couldn't stop because Catherine said, enough, Jim, stop. So that's when Jim really started to go off and said, you're going, living in her house, driving my dead daughter's car, and you want me to go and trust you? You want me to believe that? No, you're trifling, you're a scammer, just like the rest of y'all. And that's when Hannah said, enough. Here's how this goes. Catherine, no. Catherine. Take back your car. Take back the car. And I am moving out of the house. And I quit. I don't care that Hannah doesn't have another job. I don't care that Hannah will be homeless. I was so proud of Hannah because I refused to allow her to stay in that type of environment where at any moment's time, this woman, Catherine, even though she really is friends with Hannah, that whole thing of Hannah she attached her wagon to the wrong horse. That's the issue. So now she's going and leave. Catherine's running after her like, Hannah, stop it. And Hannah said, no, I'm going to talk to Benny and I will tell Benny, I'll convince him to give back the money. But that's it. All of this is done. And I know this isn't your fault, but the reality is that man lives under your roof. And so as long as you still have to deal with him for whatever reason why you're still dealing with him, I cannot work for you. Actually, like I said, take back the car. I will walk. I don't care. I need room. I need space to breathe. That's when Hannah runs into Derek, who's always conveniently popping. I'm thinking, is Derek stalking her? Is Derek stalking her? That's a valid question. Is he stalking her? Because he always pops up.
Remember to like this video, leave a comment,
and subscribe and come back at the right time. Now, Hannah is pissed. Derek keeps offering her a car ride, but she says, no, I don't want the car ride. I'm upset. I will take the bus. No, but just talk to me. So then she goes and offloads, like, look, that family, because of my daughter, she took some money, and now I know it's from the Criers. And so Jim cursed me out, and he threatened my son. So I was down for that. And so I gave back the car. I am moving out of that house that was never mine to begin with. And I don't care where I have to go. I will not stay under the same roof as that family, as a place that family owns. I refused. No. So then he said, why don't you just breathe a little bit? And she said, okay. And then she starts walking away. She's like, no, I'm going to take the bus. I need to breathe. I'm sorry. I just need to go. So he goes and follows her after her. I'm thinking this relationship is weird. This relationship is weird. It is so weird because I don't know. I don't know how all of this is going to end up. Wyatt was eavesdropping and he overheard that, oh, Candice took my money. Jim told him to go back inside. Catherine cursed out Jim because Jim said, are you stupid? I don't care if you don't like her or not. She has her son's money. She knows a lot about this family. Well, she didn't say that, but she essentially said whatever she needed to say to make Jim realize we need to keep her close. Why would you go and do something like that when we need to keep her close? Like, what's wrong with you, Jim? That's actually the best question. What's wrong with you? After all of that, Wyatt calls Candice, and he wants to make it a deal. He wants Candice to go and it's like whatever he did to get the money the first time, go and drain my mom's bank account. She is loaded. Drain the bank account, and we can go and do a split or something of the sorts. She doesn't trust him because why would she trust him? This is the guy who ran over her brother. And also, she just took his money. He calls back, and she said, look, I'll think about it, but she doesn't trust him, which she shouldn't because he's a dummy. Talk about, I have all the account numbers. I memorized them. I said, so you memorized all that, but anyway. Next up, Veronica. And I said, Veronica, you look nice. You look nice. She goes and she's actually, she visits RK. She pays RK for his services. He makes her some coffee, and she was just like, look, you're going to wear that shirt, or that's, the type of shirt that my son likes. She wants RK to befriend Jeffrey. And in order to make that happen quickly, she goes, throws coffee on his arm. And he's like, what's wrong with you? Why did you do that? And she's like, oh, I'm terribly sorry. It tripped. I mean, how clumsy of me. And then while she's saying that, while everyone is still partially looking, she was like, that looks like it burned. You need to tell them that you need to go to the hospital and say that you have burns. Go to the hospital and say you have burns. You hear me? Go to the hospital where my husband is and where her husband is and Jeffrey and say you have burns. You got it? He was like, dang, you're crazy. She said, oh, I know. And I said, you have no idea, RK. You have no idea how bad this is going to be for you because you're just so stupid. And then once he goes and leaves, she asks the guy can you go and make me, some tequila? No, the good time, not that cheap stuff. I love how now they're cursing all the time and they're just bleeping it out. It makes the show go a lot better. And we see David. He's with Jeffrey. He has a pain in his side. Well, it was actually, I guess technically it was still his chest, like the lower part, right by his ab, in between there. So even though David's slowly getting better, and he wants to walk around, he can't because now they have the medicine, the dressing on him, on his back. So I said, okay, progression, cool. He's clearly still in a lot of pain. Madison keeps getting calls from you know who, Justin, but he's not answering. But for whatever reason, his phone isn't on do not disturb, and it's also non-silent. So his coworker's like, "Oh, someone keeps blowing up your phone." Eventually, he turns it off. I'm thinking, you were able to get cell service in the hospital, and that's another thing. But okay. He could have been on Wi-Fi. Fine. Madison comes in, and now David's like, so how did coffee go? How did lunch go? Was it good? Yeah, it was good, but my dad's complaining about a chest. And I was like, oh, okay, we'll go and get a doctor to go and check that out. I said, oh, isn't this adorable? Now they go outside. Madison gives Jeffrey, he tells Jeffrey, it's like crazy. It's crazy because I'm really interested in you. And, I was the chubby, geeky guy, and you were like the athlete in school. And so I'm just so enamored with the fact that we're even in this situation where, we're dating, doing whatever. Jeffrey said, what are you talking about? Who said all that? Who said that? Madison said, I said that because that's what it is. And Jeffrey just still had that look of, okay, if you say so, don't get ahead of yourself. He's like, nah, you like me too. You like me too. Stop it. But then Madison goes and gives him a pamphlet about domestic violence. And Jeffrey looks at him as if, now, why would you give me this? It's like that guy, Justin, that relationship is crazy. It's like, he didn't even deny it was a relationship. What he said was, but I'm a dude. I'm a guy. What? Jeffrey, you're supposed to be educated and be what is he? A psychiatrist, a therapist, whatever. Lord Jesus. And so then Madison said, you're scared of him. I see that look whenever he comes around. What look? Is that a pimple? What the? We're going to have to take care of that quickly. The devil. I blame it on Demonica. So then we turn around. We see Justin. Justin is there. And Justin was like, well, I was reaching out to you, Madison. I was like, oh, okay. He walks away. Justin is still bothering Jeffrey, saying, well, because Jeffrey tells him to go home to the place that I said is our home that you've never visited yet. If you come to the house, then I'll stop. I said, if he comes to the house, you won't allow him to leave. That's what's going to happen. And the episode ends with, while they're having that conversation, Madison has to stop Jeffrey from coming into the room because apparently David was having a heart attack. I said, what? Are we going to kill off David? Oh, okay. So that's it. Please like, comment, subscribe. Come back next week.